Hello and welcome back to the show. In today's video we are checking out the Kizer Drop Bear. This is one of the most dangerous knives known to man, otherwise the Kizer Drop Bear. So what is the Kizer Drop Bear? Pretty much it's a bear that is just like a koala, but it's the most dangerous form of koalas that drops right on you from the top. Just like this, the knife actually drops right on you from just middle of nowhere when it opens up. The biggest question is, should you actually buy this? This is the micarta edition of the Drop Bear. As you can see over here, this is a very nice looking knife over here, and the micarta goes all around it, and this is the brown edition. I really like the way it actually looks all together. And the action on this is very smooth, by the way. It opens up very quick and fast, and it looks really nice as well. We have a very nice looking blade over here too. And when it compares to the Bug Out, which is probably its highest and biggest competitor, this knife just screams and looks almost identical, and the function itself is almost like the same thing as the Bug Out, except the price is much more cheaper. So if you're looking for a replacement to the Bug Out, wanting to get something super cheap and yet it gives you all the quality that you want, and it has the opening for you to go ahead and use your fingers over here where you can go ahead and just close it very easily, this knife does it all. Now keep watching this entire video and we're going to go to the end where I'm going to tell you what is my rating for this knife and should you get this for yourself. The Kizer Drop Bear, one of my most favorite knives. The price is just right. The package is just wrong in every sense of the way. So we get this super extremely cheap package that disintegrates as you open it up. Getting this thing opened, do not get this as a gift to anybody unless you find a different package for it. Here's how it looks like, the sticker for it. The sticker is printed. It looks like super cheap version of it. It's kind of cool, but they could have made it better looking. Here's all the extra goodies that come inside this thing, and opening this up, we get finally something that's worth some money. A 2-cent Kizer napkin. Now, also instructions booklet. Do you really need an instruction booklet how to use a knife? No, it's kind of a warranty in some pictures. Never mind. It wasn't even an instruction booklet. And some kind of access foil right here as well. And here is the voila, most important thing that we have here is the actual knife itself. I guess it was still sealed. I don't know why. I think I opened up the wrong package. Now, when it comes to the actual knife here, the knife itself is really awesome when it comes to the Kizer. The Kizer itself is basically the poor man's version of the Bug Out knife. That's exactly what it's shooting for. So compare this to the Bug Out. This is actually a full version. They don't have a mini version of the Kizer, which is a shame. But you can see the Bug Out, and this is the miniature version of it. And what I like the most about the Bug Out, although if you see my previous video, you see how much I hate this thing. The Bug Out still does one thing exceptionally well. It has very small and slim package, and it doesn't look threatening like most knives do. And yet, it has an awesome, very slick blade to this. Talking about slick blades, this one has one of the best blades that you can get on the market today at this price range. This is the only reason why you should get the Kizer Drop Bear. Pretty much it almost looks, the action is very similar to the Bug Out. It also has the same exact lock here that you use for both of them. And see, this one doesn't even have the fun factor to this. It has the fun factor when you open and close, but it's not as fun and as juicy as this one actually is. Not only that, this specific version, I like it because it has this very nice looking micarta scale to it too. But the best part is how easily this thing opens, how it just jumps right out of it. And you can go ahead and reset its power. Look how interesting this thing is. Now, in some ways, it also feels a little bit cheaper, but hey, you get what you pay for. This thing is not as expensive as the bug out, and yet it features very good cutting power. So let's go ahead and test it out. See how good the cutting power actually is here. Yep. And that was awesome. Now, next. I think my dog is gonna love this. Let's see if we can do it. What do you say? And now it got stuck. Not bad for a Kizer, a drop bear. And this one had the seeds in it too. This is pretty impressive, by the way. So this is pretty good, except it got my board all cut up and looking a little bit fresh over here. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about here. The Kizer itself has a way to make things do right. I mean, the knife itself is pretty sharp right out of the box. Now, let's go ahead and do some more testing. You probably all think I'm satisfied, but no. I gotta show you how it actually works. So this is how, right here. Now let's see how good it has the possibility to go right through the cardboard. And yeah, it goes all the way in. Next thing is the cutting power. This is pretty good. It's like impressive. You see, this knife right out of the box is pretty sharp. It can cut. And next part is to check out how well it drops. Now let's check it out. So pretty much it went pretty good in here. So this is for some decent action when it comes to that. And the best part of all, I used it up. Check the blade. The blade itself doesn't really look that bad. Now I'm sure I can totally wipe this out and it's gonna look like new after this. But the drop bear is really impressive when it comes to that. Now next thing about the grabbing it. Take a look at as you're grabbing this thing. The handle is right on the money. The jimping right at the top is just great as well. This one closes and opens pretty easily with my gravity. I like that. And above all, how it actually deploys. Just like that. So you're getting something almost at the quality of Benchmade. It looks really awesome. And you can switch the scales very fast indeed. If you're looking for brand new scales, you don't like those anymore, you can definitely do this. It only takes a few screws for you to loosen up, and you can switch this all around, which is a good thing. So you don't need to go ahead and take everything apart to get everything out of here in order for you to switch the scales. And that's one of the reasons why people like this as much. Thank you for getting all the way to the end of this video. And you're probably wondering, what is the rating that I assigned for this knife, and should you get this for yourself? Apart from technicalities, we're trying to get this open, and sometimes it doesn't, and other times it does. This knife all by itself, I think, is a solid 8.4 out of 10. The reason why, it's simply that you get a lot of good stuff in this knife. You can adjust the tension in here. The price point is really on range as well. The construction and the amount of jippering, and of course the quality of the cutting and itself, like I was cutting before, and I actually cleaned this, and it looks almost like new, which is really something impressive about it. Take a look. Take a look at how it looks. I did do some heavy cutting, and you can kind of see this. So this is good. I mean, the whole entire surface of it, the looks wise, the micarta just screams and makes it look really nice as well. It has this Australian Outback kind of a look to it. Opens up pretty fast and quick, easy to deploy, and of course it saves you some money as well, because this thing is a little bit much more cheaper than a bug out, and yet it is really nice looking. So I do suggest and recommend for you to get this, especially if you're looking for something for EDC purposes, not to give as a gift because the package itself is really cheap looking. But for a beetle knife, for something at this price range, you're getting a pretty decent instrument here for you to use. So highly suggested and recommended for you to buy one.